and we want to do history. And that's what our standards for Black history are. It's just cut and dried history. You learn all the basics, you learn about the great figures, and I view it as American history. I don't view it as separate history. We have history, a lot of different shapes and sizes. People that have participated to make the country great, people that have stood up when it wasn't easy, and they all deserve to be taught. But abolishing prisons, being taught to high school kids as if that's somehow a fact, no, that's not appropriate.
Lord have mercy on my Black soul. First of all, this man is not qualified to talk about what should be taught or not taught in a classroom. He said it's cut and dry, it's basic. Further lets me know that this man just wants to continue to control. He wants to be in total control. I'm sure there are other things that this governor could be doing with his time, but attacking Black studies, that's what he has decided to do. I'm sure many of you are old enough to remember when he shipped migrants off to Martha's Vineyard, wasting millions of taxpayers' dollars. But I digressed just a little bit. This man is not qualified to do what he did, and really having the Florida College Board cave to him is quite disappointing. So, as a reminder, here's what the course would have taught. And we're talking about African American studies, which covers a broad swath of the African American experience, history and all. But let's put this up. AP African American Studies course would have covered the origins of the African diaspora, freedom, enslavement, and resistance, the practice of freedom, movements, and debates. This reporting is coming from NBC News. I also want to remind our viewers today that AP course was an elective. So we all know what an elective is, don't we? Maybe Governor DeSantis does not know what a damn elective is. It means students can elect to take the course or not take the course. Their parents can say, I don't want my child to take the course, and they did not have to take the course. Let me also remind you that the components of that course was leaked. It had not been made public prior to this governor deciding that it was just that important to call a press conference to talk about how it is so inappropriate. And why shouldn't we have conversations about how we should abolish the private prison industry, Governor DeSantis? Is it because maybe those are some of your owner donors? I do not believe that private prisons should exist and that people should be making money off of other people's miseries. Why not have those kinds of conversations in this elective course? But Ron said that, this history wasn't important. And now after that, after the criticism, after he abused his power, because absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is what this governor did. Take a look at this headline. The College Board strips down its AP curriculum for African American studies. That's right. After heavy criticism from Governor Ron DeSantis, the College Board released on Wednesday an official curriculum for its new advanced placement course in African American studies, stripped of much of the subject matter that had angered the governor and other conservatives. So let me get this right. This angry governor, this angry white man gets to decide what is taught, and a few conservatives. And so other people's voices and how they feel about it doesn't matter because he mad, he big mad. So he has a press conference and then this College Board backs down. The College Board purged the names of many Black writers and scholars associated with critical race theory, which by the way is not taught in K through 12, the queer experience and Black feminism. It ushered these people, it ushered out some politically fraught topics like Black Lives Matter from the formal curriculum, and it added some new Black conservatism. It's now offered as an idea for a research project. And you know what, Jackson? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with them teaching Black conservatism. Please do that, along with teaching the other aspects of the African American experience in African American studies. Jackson, your take on this?
Well, the only thing basic and boring in this situation is Ron DeSantis's mindset and how he sees the world. Pretty much anything that involves exiting the box of there's nothing to see here makes people like Ron DeSantis very uncomfortable. Because, I mean, for him to say, and it's not just him, but like, abolition is a very vague word. It really is. So like when he put that forth, or when anyone in his position does, we're like talking about abolition. Like, we're not talking about totally eliminating all prisons completely and altogether. Like that's actually a rather extreme stance.
That's right.
Because people understand that there are people in society that are very dangerous and just can't function. So they'll move it all the way over there, like that's really the discussion anyone's talking about, to overcloud the fact that people just may have an interest in history and may want to teach it, may want to do archaeological studies, something along those lines that African American studies could absolutely assist in if you were to take it. So he says that as if, like you said, he's unqualified, but he clearly doesn't know Black history, because if he did, he wouldn't have just been like, oh, well, I look at it like it's all the same. Like, yeah, sure you
just
do.
Basic stuff. The man said African American history is basic.